We know what kind of company we're dealing with. And it's bad. It's real bad. And it gets worse every single time I notice some of this little. And now, whenever the big stuff happens, guess what? Korn's not surprised. Korn's not that shocked that they were going to do some stupid like that last night. We should have known. They gave us all the ingredients going into last night that it's just going to be another Goldberg retirement match. And this was arguably worse. Super Cena my ass, fam. What is up, everybody? It's your boy Korn. Make sure you guys hit that like, that subscribe, all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and get into what happened last night, because I'm still trying to wrap my head around this whole thing of what happened with John Cena and the infamous tap. And then you have half of the people are frustrated because of the fact that he just lost, which I don't know why they would be mad about that. Everybody goes out on their back, but that's a whole other thing. I guess we're gonna have to get into that in this video as well. But I'm a part of the other half that is very frustrated with the tap and the fact that we got a very mediocre match. Cena stayed on his back 90% of the match, dragging his ass. Like I am very, very frustrated with the way Cena went out. And for a lot of people are claiming, oh, this was Cena's idea. Cena went on. No, what I truly believe is that Cena did not want to step on anybody's toes in this last year, in his last run. And he was being humbled the fact they're even doing this, because again, like he has always stated, even since day one of him and that making this announcement at that post post pay-per-view. What did they call it? The post media scrum thing that they did at one of the pay-per-views last year, where he made the announcement stating December 2025 is when I have my last match. So we have always known that Cena has been humble about it. He has always said, look, man, not many wrestlers get to even have this opportunity to do this, to retire on their own, let alone have an entire retirement tour. Now we're hearing all kinds of rumors of other people having retirement tours next year. AJ Styles, Chris Jericho, somebody else that they just talked about for next year as well. Lesnar. And I'm sitting here like, come on. Not everybody. And I'm not saying they don't deserve it. Those are three of my favorite wrestlers as well. AJ being my number one since day one. But to see Cena go through all of this, and then we get up to the match. And what did I say in my last video about this? Cena, as long as Cena and Gunther have a good match, they couldn't even do that. Going into this last night, going into this entire event last night, we already knew they created the exact same show for Goldberg. How disrespectful TKO is. Now, again, I don't want to. I know what some people are going to say if they go back and watch my video that I did about Goldberg, or I guess my couple videos I did about Goldberg just a few months ago when he had his retirement match. Oh, Korn, don't be a hypocrite because you told Goldberg, to be humble and blah, blah. Yes, but Cena's been humble enough, and we're talking about John Cena. And as much as I dislike CM Punk as a person, I still think he's one of the biggest superstars we have ever had in wrestling, period. And I think that he should go out a better way than what we had for Cena last night. That's for damn sure. So at the end of the day, we knew we were going to have that Goldberg-esque retirement for John Cena last night. We already knew that it was going to be somewhat of a disappointment in that. They couldn't even give this nigga Cena a mic? You mean to tell me we couldn't even give John Cena a microphone to say goodbye to the fans the same night that he retired? The same night that we watched that lame duck ass match? So before we even get to the end of that match, by the way, with spoiler alert, for people that didn't watch the Gunther versus John Cena match last night, which it sounds like the whole world watched it, which I'm glad they did, if the whole world watched it. Deservedly, he at least deserves that. He at least deserves the fucking views. Damn sure wasn't a good match. And then embarrassment right after the match. If I were Cena, I wouldn't even show my face. Anyways, whatever. I'm getting too way ahead of myself. But before you even get into the actual match, let's just get to right before, leading up to Saturday night's main event. John Cena's infamous tap, his very last match. I tweeted this out because WrestleOps put out earlier that about Triple H explaining the decision to have Cena tap out in his final match. John has said the right thing his entire career, that is about leaving this place better than you found it. I think that there's no way for people to understand that in the moment. Hold on, I gotta click on this and then I'll go back to my actual tweet. That in the moment, but you do what is right for the business. You do what is right for the industry. John has done that his entire career. Quote, but Triple H pretty much comes out and says what John Cena said all along about him giving back to the business, being humble, living in the moment, a bunch of gobbledygook, pretty much, right? So I retweeted this, and I said, this all would have been avoided very easily. All the backlash about the decision of tapping, all the other stuff, this all could have been avoided by doing one thing. Build the story all the way to the match. That's all you had to do. That's all you had to do. And you couldn't even do that. It all started at the Royal Rumble with Jey Uso winning the Rumble. That's when we really knew Triple H has fucking lost it. He is off his rocker. Somebody get him some milk. Please. Like yesterday. Because there's no reason, no world, no universe where Jey Uso should be winning the Royal Rumble after losing twice to Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship already. Recently, at that time as well. I think they wrestled at a Saturday night's main event for the titles, actually, or for the world title. But it all started there where we started to see, okay, Triple H, man, something's going on, bro. Are you all right? You need some more time off. You need to get checked out or something. Like, what's going on? Because you're scaring us here, man. You got Jey Uso out here thinking he's a world champion. Got me feeling like Kofi Mania a little bit. At least Kofi Mania was hype. It was like, it felt like, all right, this is a big moment, whatever, cool. But Kofi Kingston held that title way too long. Way too long. He needed to lose at Backlash, if even that. But to me, it seems like TKO is trying to beat the punch to AEW in terms of ruining wrestling. Because then you get to SummerSlam. Or no, I'm sorry, not SummerSlam. Before you get to SummerSlam and WrestleMania. Elimination Chamber. The Rock shows up. Travis Scott shows up. That whole thing happens. Then you get to WrestleMania. We talked about that ad nauseum, so I'm not going to go through all that. But then you get to WrestleMania. Travis Scott, the whole Travis Scott thing happens. Then you skip all the way to SummerSlam. And then now all of a sudden, John Cena's face again. Now he's a good guy again. Just Cody. And again, John Cena is my second favorite wrestler of all time. All right. Just behind AJ Styles. So I'm not shitting on Cena at all when I do this. All right. Cody, you made me realize I'm just not a bad guy. I'm just not good at being a heel. So this Sunday at SummerSlam, it's me and you for the WWE Championship, and may the best man win. That's literally what happened. So, again, TKO's not making sense of any of this, and you have these retards online eating all this shit up. Oh, it makes so much sense. Yeah, we got Cena back. Yo, I'm like, yeah, it's good that we got the good guy Cena back and all, but whoa, guys. Whoa, wait a minute. They explained absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing to us as fans. And yet, we're sitting here celebrating that Cena's a good guy again. And we're expecting that they're going to give us a good finale for Cena for his entire career. The last time we're ever going to see him wrestle in a ring. We're expecting Something good from that, y'all? That's what we're doing? I said this months ago. And go back to the videos. I told you guys, we are in for a recipe for disaster. And that this year, hopefully the second half of the year was going to be better. Well, spoiler alert, it's not. Spoiler alert, it might just be even worse than the first half of this year. And to be honest, like I said a couple videos ago, I don't fully put the blame on Triple H, because I do believe TKO plays a bigger part in the decision making than we want to lead on, or than they want to lead on, and that we want to believe. Now let's get to the match. The entrance. I was watching it with Jaren. Y'all know Jaren. I was watching the pay-per-view, or I guess we call it pay-per-view, but I was watching pay-per-view with Jaren last night, and I even told him, I said, fam, when Cena during his entrance, because we all, as Cena has made it known in the past few months that he loves the cameraman. During the entrance, fam, he grabs the camera, tries to show us the cameraman to give him a little bit of appreciation, to say, hey, man, it ain't always about me. I mean, I know I'm always in front of the camera, but hey, man, I want to show the cameraman love. You know what NBC did? What Peacock did? Whoever the producers were? They wouldn't show the cameraman's face. Like, bro, we know, like, it's little shit like that I see, that I notice, where I'm like, we know what fucking company we're dealing with, fam. We know what kind of company we're fucking dealing with. And it's bad. It's real bad. And it gets worse every single time I notice some of this little shit. And now, whenever the big stuff happens, guess what? Korn's not surprised. Korn's not that shocked that they were going to do some stupid shit like that last night. We should have known. They gave us all the ingredients going into last night that it's just going to be another Goldberg retirement match. And this was arguably worse. Super Cena my ass, fam. Great match my ass, fam. Good match. Mid-match. At best. But we should not be mad that Cena lost last night. That was going to happen. That should have happened. Cena gave us and spoiled it for us a year ago and told us, I'm giving back to the business. I'm going to take some more L's. Don't expect me to keep getting dubs after dubs after dubs. We thought they had a great story to tell us when they involved The Rock. When they involved the rando weirdo Travis Scott, who has no freaking business being a part of their business, which I've said a million times. I love saying that, though. But you change all of that. You change the narrative. You give us all the ingredients of it being a great storyline involving The Rock, involving a quote-unquote celebrity, and then involving a WWE Championship, Cody Rhodes, and there's no payoff. Nothing. We get absolutely no explanation out of it. And then you expect people to forget about it. Most people did forget about it. Not me. And then you roll out a couple months later the red carpet for Cena on Saturday Night's Main Event, which I always thought was a weird idea. If it's not going to be in Boston, in his hometown, then fam, what? Why are we doing his retirement match Saturday Night's Main Event? And then NBC, thankfully NBC let them go 10 minutes past. Because I remember I was looking at the time after the whatchamacallit, after it ended. So they let them go about 10, 15 minutes past or whatever. But what really shook me, I was like, fam, they didn't even give him a mic. The match started out slow. Cena was on it again. He was on his back 90% of the fucking match. Like, I at some point, man, like, I have to say, look, I love Cena. Again, one of the greatest stories of my generation, arguably the greatest story of my generation. Yeah, you can say Randy Orton, Brock Lesnar, Batista, maybe even Shelton. I wouldn't really put Shelton in there, but great wrestler. But in terms of stories of going from the bottom to the top, yeah, I mean, dude, that OVW class, bro, is goated. But to sit here, 24 hours, damn near 24 hours removed from what happened last night with Cena, man, I'm baffled. I'm disappointed. I'm sad. It was bittersweet, but like I said, like it's like whenever you're talking to a chick. I hate to see you go, but I love to watch you leave. With John Cena, I love to see you go, but I hate the way you going out, bro. I hate the way you went out. He needed to retire. I said this to Jared last night. He needed to retire a couple years ago. Back when you had him losing to Austin Theory at WrestleMania. And losing to Solo Sikoa in meaningless matches. He needed to go. He needed to retire then. But you had to do it the right way. They tried to say, oh, yeah, we're going to do it right. I'd rather Cena just have some random match or have some random feud. And then it's just like, hey, Cena's just never coming back. And he's just, I'm officially done. He just announces it somewhere else on some random podcast 6 months later. Yes, I'm officially done in my in-ring action. Yes. I look, as disappointed as I would be less disappointed with that than I am right now. But let's go ahead and get over to some tweets, man. I like seeing some of these reactions from some of these people, man. This guy Brandon Davis, he tweets out. He says, "My dream is to be a WWE superstar." And again, I don't know if he's kidding or he's trolling or whatever, but I retweeted this. It's anybody shitting on last night that, at least for a somewhat common sense reason, then I'm gonna show him some love, man. I'm gonna show him some love or some support. But this guy, he tweets out, he says, "My dream is to be a WWE superstar, perform, compete, inspire, be larger than life for those of you, be larger than life for those you make believe. But WWE sucks lately. They make us think they're going to do something special. But since TKO and Netflix, sounds like somebody else mentioned that before, huh? But since TKO and Netflix, they don't. So much talent in ring, creative rarely delivers. Sounds like another company. And what I just say? They just might be beating them to the punch and ruining wrestling for real, not in the John Cena way, like he was talking about at the beginning of the year when he went heel. Let's get over to Raj Gary. He says, Cena lost and no speech. Exactly. That's what we were saying last night. Like, no speech at all. I don't know what I expected, but I expected more. Exactly. Like I said, he got the Goldberg rollout. That's all he did. That's all they did for him. The guy's the biggest wrestling star of this century in the post-Austin Rock era. Facts. And that's all. That's all. It's crazy, man. And then last night, I can't show the footage because obviously, WWE copyright and all that stuff, but they were literally chanting. If you guys go back, just go to Elite Rockers on Twitter, you'll hear it. But they're literally chanting, because I'm pretty sure they edited out on the YouTube version by now of the post show. But during the post show, you can hear them screaming, "We want Vince." Who would have known? Who would have known? and I'll say the same thing I said about Cena earlier. Vince needed to go when he went, at least on a creative side. Now, maybe the business side, he definitely should have stayed. Not even maybe, he 100% should have stayed on the business side. But creatively, Vince needed to go. But I hated the way they got him out of there. I hated the way they got Vince out of there, man. Same thing for Cena. Shout out to Society Reviews. He tweets out, he says, Cena's last match in WWE ended with the crowd chanting bullshit and booing Triple H. Good luck coping with that one. Oh my gosh, man. And down here, King Roman says, it's TKO's fault. Look, man, all right. People need to realize, bro, in any corporate business, It's not just one person making decisions. And if with a decision that big, to have not only Cena retire at Saturday Night's Main Event, because again, you got to think about marketing, PR, all that stuff, scheduling, blah, 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 businesses, sponsorship, all that other shit, right? For Cena having his very last match, I mean, you know how big of a deal that is. That's why you need to have everything in place for PR. I mean, because everybody tweeted out. You had even Virginia Tech, my Hokies, tweeted out, thank you, Cena, last night. So you already know, fam. You already know what kind of eyes that brings for Cena's last match. So why do that on Saturday Night's Main Event? Well, you know you need money for ESPN on the ESPN app, by the way, but that's a whole different that's a whole different discussion, whole different rabbit hole. But for people like King Ramos to say it's TKO's fault, like mocking us, saying fam, whose fault is it? Who could have prevented this, other than John Cena himself? Who like I said, again, I don't know the guy personally, but like I said, I personally believe that John Cena he was being way too humble with the situation. And I could be wrong. I'm not saying I know this is fact. That's why I'm not saying like it's a fact. I'm just saying I believe that he was being humble in the situation all year with this run, that he didn't want to step on no toes. He didn't want to be an asshole in his last run when they're literally giving him the red carpet, even though that red carpet has a lot of fucking mud on it and really doesn't mean anything at the end of the day because shitty storyline with no explanation at all. But they gave him his last year to retire. So, I mean, are you really going to start stepping on toes and after somebody says, hey, man, we're going to give you a whole year. We're going to give you from January to December, and you're going to be able to do whatever. No, I won't say whatever you want, but you're going to have your very last year of your career is going to be within this year. Of course, see, you ain't stepping on the toes. You're going to be like, oh, shit. Thank you for at least giving, you're lucky to at least get a match. Ask Goldberg. Ask Goldberg how long it took his old rusty scrub ass, ungrateful ass, to get a retirement match. It took him like 2 or 3 years. Now, Cena, who's still very well connected with WWE, I know it's very different. But still, they could have just did that for him. And to be honest, they probably should have just did that. Because Cena took up a lot of space and a lot of conversation that literally led to nowhere. No storyline. Still with this whole Gunther thing. Yeah, he's got a lot of heat. Oh, where's that at? Oh, yeah, here we go. So Gunther is being escorted by security to his car as the crowd follows him and boos. Crazy heat. As he should. It's good. This is what wrestling's about. I like this. This is what wrestling's about. Now he's a real bad guy. I get it. People really hate this guy. I love it. I love it, man. Hey, man, shout out to Gunther, bro. Shout out to Gunther. But this is what I'm talking about, man. I wonder how long it's going to last, by the way. I wonder how long Gunther's actually going to have some pretty good heat on him. And I hope it lasts a long time, like as long as they can get it to last. But I cannot wait to hear his music tomorrow night. Him come out on Raw. And they hear all the boos. That's going to be nice. That's good. Gunther's really going to be in fucking God mode at that point. Oh, man. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really, character-wise, he's going to have to take this and run with it because it's a very rare situation. He's getting the heat off of something because he won, not necessarily the way he won. Because that heat should be on Cena, but Cena's no longer there. So who are they going to hate? Now they're just going to throw all that hate on Gunther. I like it. This is a very rare situation. Very rarely do you see this. But if we actually gave a fuck about Goldberg, we would have already gotten his heat months ago. Gunther would have already been in his hot months ago. But Korn don't know shit. I don't know, man. I don't know. All right, so now we'll get to Eric Wayweather. Shout out to this guy. I normally I see him on YouTube. He does the college football videos, like little updates and stuff, and tells you what the updates are. So I fuck with this guy a little bit. I don't really know what his opinions on wrestling that well, but I do agree with this. He says, "Are people really surprised Cena lost? This is wrestling 101. You go out on your back." Now, I like that, but I wish he would have added more context to this. And the reason why is because people are really mad that Cena lost, and they're not really understanding the fact that, see, like, have y'all not been paying attention to what Cena's been saying for the past year? He's been telling y'all, I am giving back to the business. I love this. This is bigger than me. If you watch the interview that he did a couple weeks ago where he said, look, my last match is December 13th. They're going to forget me by December 25th. They're going to forget Cena was ever even here by December 25th. Like he's been telling y'all that he's going out. He's losing his last match. Why are we shocked at that? So I would say shout out to Eric Wayweather again, but I wish he would have added more context to that tweet because I do agree with it, but it needed more context. I will say that. And then you look at this chick, the Jessie Davin. Thank you, Cena, for teaching me to give up. Now, again, it's a it's a joke. I hope this is a fucking joke. But I saw this. I had to bookmark it. I was like, bruh, people are really taking this shit so far. Now, to me, again, like I said, hopefully she's joking, and hopefully she's not. This looks like a real hospital. So, anyway, I don't know. I'm so confused with that, but it's hilarious. To me, I find it funny. Whether she's joking or not, I find it funny. And hopefully she does too. But I've been seeing people online, and I look, man, I've been taking screenshots, all kinds of stuff. I'm just like, bro, this shit is nuts. People are literally making death threats to Triple H and the TKO and the WWE. Now, the whole, when it comes to the wrestlers, is one thing, because you're a wrestler, you should know, hey man, like we're supposed to get heat, we're supposed to get people to hate us, we're supposed to get people to like us, we're supposed to get people to defend. You know what I mean? Like, I get that. But when it comes to actual executives of the companies, and then you're talking about the companies and doing this, it's just like, and they're sitting here making memes like, when I see Triple H, I'm like, bro, like y'all are taking this shit way too far. Like I said, like hopefully it's Jessie Davin chick is joking in this situation with this. But all I gotta say is, fam, the ones that aren't joking, that are saying this crazy fucked up shit, stop it. Get some help. Please. Y'all are acting like AEW stands. Y'all the same as them at this point. Stop it. And then finally we get to this. Triple H says last night was the beginning of a whole new era in WWE. Now, again, I can't show you guys this because copyright reasons, obviously. But he says, what you saw tonight, to me, was the dawning of a new era. The beginning of a new wave in this business. Let me tell you guys something. It was NXT versus the main roster, pretty much. And I didn't watch any one of those matches. I saw Cody Rhodes was bleeding from Obafemi, but the fact that these people really think that, oh, why did Obafemi lose it? I literally predicted the result of each one of those matches, except for the DQ, but hey, just thought whatever. But I knew nothing of significance was going to happen. Why did Goldberg have a better build to him and Gunther than Cena and Gunther? Why did the Goldberg and Gunther Saturday Night's Main Event card hold up better in terms of matches than this one? I don't know, man. Something smells very fishy. And I don't know if it's necessarily Triple H. That's why I always say, I don't know if it's just, I can't just say it's all Triple H's fault. But hey, man, you are the fall guy. You are the guy that's in charge. If you don't want something to happen creatively, it's not going to happen. You want something to happen creatively, I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. A new era in WWE. How many times have we seen this? Tell me, how many times have we seen and heard Triple H say, it's a new era? Tonight, it's a dawn of a new era. We've heard that at least 3 times this year. I'm not even joking. Guys, when I tell you, I am very concerned for the future of WWE. I am very fucking concerned. Because of shit like this. Why are they treating us like we aren't listening to what the fuck they're saying? He has said this for the 3rd time in 2025. Why is not everybody calling him out? And again, I'm not one of those guys that's, oh, let's boycott it, let's do this, and blah, blah, blah. All I'm saying is, why is there a very small part of the wrestling community calling this motherfucker out on this whole new era bullshit? New era of what? We're getting the same regurgitated BS. LA Knight falls short. Drew McIntyre falls short. Those could be 2 of your biggest stars, period. Those are 2 guys, including LA Knight. You could have elevated along. You could have had John Cena elevate the fuck out of this dude, and you didn't do it. Instead, you chose to go with Gunther. Instead, you chose to have John Cena and Gunther, and I was completely fine with that. Until a month ago, where we started this whole My Time Is Now tournament, and Cena said, oh yeah, by the way, I only have 1 more appearance left on Raw in this next week, and we still don't have a winner for this tournament yet. So pretty much, you ain't going to see me go face-to-face with the winner of this tournament until we face each other in the ring at Saturday Night's Main Event, my very last match. Yeah. I think we have a huge problem on our hands when it comes to WWE because they really think we're fucking idiots. And maybe that's my fault for not realizing that majority of these WWE, at least these new age WWE fans, are fucking idiots. Idiots. I don't know, man. I know it's a pretty long-winded rant, frustration. I had 0 notes for this video, actually. All I did, I wrote down the title of this video, and that was it. Literally. I got the title. Oh, what I'm going to title the video. That's it. So, thank you guys. Hopefully, I didn't blabber on and piss anybody off. But if I did, oh well. Hit that like, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I will be reading the comments. It's your boy Corn. And I am, per usual, disappointed.